welcome to the Hustle Skirt Podcast, the show that brings you economic equity for everyone, every day, with your host, Debra Gould. Yes, I am Debra Washington Gould, President and CEO of Debra Gould and Associate Inc., a management consulting and training business and performance management business founded in 1996. Hey, y'all, I celebrate this year 27 years, and my company is based in New Orleans, Louisiana. Please visit my website at www.gouldassoc.com. That's gouldassoc.com. My professional services in training, facilitating, consulting, executive coaching, and business motivational speaking. So that's the business, all right? The for-profit, the bread and butter part of Debra Gould and Associate Inc. But right now, we're going to talk about what is all this talk about the Hustle Skirt podcast. I just want you to know the mission of the Hustle Skirt podcast is to promote, communicate, and amplify the influence of men and women entrepreneurs. And every once in a while, we might just have an interview by a C-suite or higher executive with a corporation, nonprofit, government agency. So you just never know what's up the sleeves of the Hustle Skirt host, Debra Gould. But right now, I bring to my guests this amazing woman that I've had the privilege to work with, and she is just dynamic. Y'all want to hear some more about my guest today, Angele VonDerPool? She is the founder and owner of Exquisite Realty. How about that, y'all? So today we're going to talk about the real estate industry, a gem in the New Orleans regional area, but she provides services nationwide. So with that being said, let me get into sharing her credentials. Mother of 4 daughters, real estate broker who owns Exquisite Realty Group, lead consultant for her company, Business Builders Management and Consulting, which specializes in small business trainings, property and construction management. She is currently employed for the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce as their COO. Now, we're not going to confuse our audience with this acronym, Chief Operating Officers. So I'm hoping that all other COO are listening. So I'm going to get into her business real quick. I want to share with you, and she's going to repeat this just in case I don't have it quite right. If you want to reach Angele at Exquisite Realty Group, call her area code 504-380-5259. So to make sure I don't get it twisted, when I interview this young lady, I'll let her tell you about her hot, sizzling New Orleans Instagram post. All right, you ready for us, Angele?
Yes, I am.
Hello, madam.
How are you,
For being
madam?
here today on the Hustle Skirt podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're looking good. Thank you. Didn't we just talk earlier this week? The reason why I was excited, y'all, about this interview, she is so resourceful. I mean, this is Miss Informational Networker, and she is reaching out to help other small businesses like myself in the business community of New Orleans. There's never a time, Angele, that I have not been able to call you. She picks up on the first ring. She brings good energy in the conversation, and she leaves me with some golden nuggets that only propel me, Debra Gould and Associate, to the next level. So just like I've received the value. I want my listening audience to know. Call her, check her out. So we're going to, before we get started with any questions, Angele, would you please tell me about those two Instagram handles?
Certainly. But first, I have to say thank you for that. But wait a minute, I don't answer on the first ring, so it may take three or four. I appreciate
Tell us
that, but
how my
it's
audience can
only
contact
because
you.
I've known you for a number of years. You knew exactly when I got started in economic development, and little do you know that what you were doing was influencing me. So it is mutual.
Don't
I
have my
watched
head blow
you.
up. Don't blow me
I
up.
had you
Okay.
and Mr. Joe when I was at Regional Business Park, and I'm watching a dynamic couple just navigate through, author of books. So listen, it goes hand in hand.
Okay,
It's
we're gonna
funny how
stop
things come
this.
full circle.
We're gonna
All
stop
right,
this. This
so
is
to
about
get
this
back
is
to
about you. Thank
it
you.
is, and that is a part of me. So you have to receive it as well.
I'm
My name
receiving
is
it.
Angele VonDerPool. Yes, they can reach me at 504-380-5259. And my Instagrams are exquisite underscore realty underscore group, which allows my viewing audience to see various properties we may be working on, any listings, or anything relative to real estate that I think is informative. And the other is NXpreneur, NXPRENEUR underscore. And that actually represents business builders. So that is the Instagram where I'm connecting my audience to various events throughout the city, items with the chamber. So it really is connecting to the next entrepreneur to information. So that's really what it stands for.
Oh, you're gonna have
So
to
those are
press rewind just for a moment and tell us again, because I want to know about the exquisite underscore realty underscore group. Is that
mhm.
more for first time
That's real estate.
homeowners, or you
It
work?
varies. The majority of the work with my clients are investors. What we try to do is renovate properties in the city. We know that there's still a lot of properties that were damaged, from Katrina, and we also are seeing the influx of new younger buyers wanting to have updated properties as well. So if we think about Katrina and the number of years that it's been, certainly that has put additional age on a property, and just to renovate it and have a property look more modern and updated, as well as help the homeowner or the buyer. So we offer renovation and repair services. We are new construction. We work with investors. We have property management where I've had investors to purchase multifamily properties, and then we turn around and may manage them for them as well. So not only have we identified a property as a good investment for a client, but then we stay on long term. So depending upon where a client is in their, I'll say their financial season, we try to meet them there. So we sit down, we have consultation. They may have particular goals. I have some clients that say my monthly goal in real estate is X amount. So we're constantly researching properties, trying to find what's available to fit their budget at the time, and also network with lenders to find the right products that can help those clients, especially investor clients.
Oh, we want to
I
come
do
out. We want to find you. So tell me again that Instagram for Exquisite Realty group.
exquisite underscore realty, REALTY underscore group,
Well, we're going to move
GROUP.
forward. We can
Yes,
move
and they have
forward
the
now.
phone number. They have 504-380-5259. I tell everyone that is probably the best way of communication for me, because if we're on a site, I may not look at Instagram as immediate as I would if someone is ringing the phone. So that's why, I tell everyone, don't text me, call me. I need to hear the phone ring, because with renovation or, at an event, I may not hear it.
Okay,
So,
y'all. You heard from
yes,
Angele
yes.
VonDerPool, best
Um,
mode of communication.
Best mode of
Call
communication is
her.
old
Call
fashioned.
her.
Old fashioned. I need to hear, text. May miss a period, may miss some punctuation. It's totally taken out of context. It left something out.
You
So
know you're from New Orleans. All right. All
I
right. So
know
I'm
I am
gonna get
from New
into my
Orleans.
3 questions real quick because all of my
All
guests,
right.
I generally like to kind of know the person, look at some credential information, and come up with questions. So here's
Okay.
my very first one. I'm going to hit you with a general one. How do
Okay.
you stay on top of the real estate industry, the trends?
Honestly, I connect with industry experts. It's just good old fashioned relationship building. The one thing that I do know about real estate, in business in general, because business changes, the climate changes, and there are also always new products and services being introduced. So the first thing that I try to do is network with the lenders. Where are they? What are people becoming qualified for? What's the amount? So that way I'm aware of who I need to connect a particular buyer to, but I'm also aware of the seller. Because if we want to renovate a property and the primary price point where various lenders are saying, what they're being more approved for now, or 300,000, 400,000, well, I know if we're doing a renovation, we need to stay in a particular area with that price point because I want my clients to be in line to successfully sell their property. So I'm always aware of who's offering what loan products because I've learned in my years of business, not every lender is the same and not every lender offers all products. So being connected gives me a little, I'll say a competitive edge over some other realtors that may have their preferred lender. And I see nothing wrong with that. But when you have a varied uh, range of clients and offer what we're offering as well as what we're doing as a particular brokerage, I have to be expand my research. So I think for me it's being connected, hearing what they're learning, because if I know what they know in their industry, it also helps me to become a much more informed and a better realtor. So between lenders, other realtors, I'm a part of an independent real broker group, and we are all brokers that have formed our own companies, but we're small companies. So we come together, we discuss our challenges and also our strengths. So we're
You know
putting
something,
together. Hmm.
Angele? If this
What's that?
platform today can help
Uh-huh.
you as a broker, then the work and the vision of what I have for Hustle Skirt podcast, which is all about economic equity for
Yes.
everyone every day. So I'm hoping that the listeners will hear this. And if there's a way that I can support what you're doing, this platform is just one of those things. So we're going to
This
keep
platform,
going,
this
Adam.
platform is all that we need to keep going. Just get the message out there. Now, the same relates for business. So I don't want to exclude business builders
Okay.
because business builders was the reality was my first company that I started uh, in terms of the management, right? So I am the entrepreneur who went back to school to learn how to manage because I was growing. I always say I was growing up. Well, I was growing out, but not really growing upward. So I had multiple locations, but I really couldn't figure out what I was missing. And I realized that a part of my lack was, yes, I could work in the business, but I wasn't actually working on the business. So that put me back in management. And then when I realized that I was not the only entrepreneur who had a lack, but was not going to invest in 8 years of education and take on all of the student loan debt, I decided that that was my way, to just connect and give back. And I, realized that no one needs to do that. We just need to know and meet one another where we are. So had experienced along my entrepreneurial career. Really great resources in the city. Angelo Edwards, Patrice Williams, Paula Pete was a really great influence when I first started in my 20s. Um, and just a number of women, as well as, trainers and educators in business throughout my 30, 40 plus years. I started off at 18. I'm 57 now, so I'm just to say I've been at this a long time, and I do appreciate the value giving back. But it is research, it is connecting, and it is relationship building. Knowing who to call goes a long way to having some results.
Thank you. And I know all of those individuals. You mentioned Paula, you
Yes.
mentioned Patrice. I know I'm all in your network. And so that's what I love
And
about
those
you,
were my old
Angele.
school.
You all, yeah. And you give so much and you're compassionate about the work you're doing. So I'm happy for you with Exquisite Realty Group as well as
Now let me
business
just tell you,
builders. Go
my
ahead.
my
Tell me.
first, and I can't exclude someone else that we know mutually very well, and that is Eugene Green,
Oh,
because had
yes.
it had it not
Property
been,
management. Yes. I've known Eugene probably
no, no,
some
no,
40 plus years.
Eugene was the first, when Eugene was in the city of New Orleans in economic development. Eugene was the first to give me a loan when he worked. Oh, what was that? Along the Claiborne corridor.
Okay.
And the city approved me for a commercial loan at 23, and it was all because of Eugene. And then from there, Eugene has been instrumental into guiding me. Honestly, he was the one who told me at Regional Business Park I had to get a real estate license. so,
My late husband,
so I
Joe, and I
cannot.
have a lot of history with Eugene and his
Yes,
family. And I'm so
exactly.
proud of him representing the city of New Orleans as our councilman in District D.
And yeah,
He
so
and
I
his
can
wife,
never
his son, has been
exclude him.
doing some amazing things in their business. So thank you for
Yes.
giving that shout out to Eugene. So guess
Tell
what?
him I
We're
did.
just about out of time,
Uh-huh.
Angele, so we're not going to even get through my next two questions. But
Oh, thank you.
today I learned so much more about Exquisite Realty Group and
Thank
business
you.
builders. So, and if I'm enlightened by what you're doing, I guarantee that my audience will really value what you share today. So we're going to plan to just go ahead and close out because I want my audience to really connect with you. So this is what the Hustle Skirt audience, my request. Make sure
Hmm.
to visit our website at www.persistentlane.com, where you can subscribe to the Hustle Skirt podcast. There will be 9 different platforms where you can hear more and take your time to listen to it over and over. This information about Angele VonDerPool at Exquisite Realty Group and Business Builders if you want to go back and pick up any of her helpful tips. And while you at it, if you found value in this podcast with Angele today, we will appreciate a rating on iTunes. And that's just one of the 9 platforms. The iTunes is the Amazon FM, the Google Podcast, just to name a few. But even if you don't get a chance to check it out, go to the YouTube, go to Persistent Lane, and even tell a friend, a neighbor, or business colleagues. Check out the interview with Angele today. And if you're listening right now, please write down www.persistentlane.com. And before I close out, Angele, tell us how to reach you one more time, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. 504-380-5259. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me as a guest. I hope I'm
Again,
invited back soon.
let me say this to my audience. Again, the
Mhm.
Hustle Skirt objective is to empower you to speak up, embrace change in your vision. You just heard how Paula, Angele just mentioned that it was important. She was going wide, but she needed to go 8. She went back and got the education, and she's not just working in the business, but working on the business. That should be a part of your vision, your mission, your purpose, and get fired up. Didn't you hear her passion today? I'm so proud of you, Angele. And you helped me with telling me our history. I didn't realize we go that far back from the SBA or other circles that you've been traveling in on your journey. So to my audience,
hand longer than.
and to know that you've been doing this close to some 40 plus years, that makes me even more proud that you are a survivor in your industry.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Hustle Skirt Podcast, the show that brings you economic equity for everyone, every day, with your host, Debra Gould. And until we meet again, you know I love you, Angele. Thank you for the value of your time today.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Bye-bye.